One of the most important lessons you will learn in college starts right now. Sexual violence, it happens everywhere. It's up to you to reduce the amount of sexual violence that happens in your college community.
Being aware of the sexual violence policy is the first step in actualizing a safer college. We need to reframe what we know about sexual violence and be prepared to act.
Why are we so invested in the topic of sexual violence?
You may have heard people talk about rape culture on college campuses.
Wait, what is rape culture?
Rape culture is a concept that frames sexual violence as normal or not a big deal.
This includes victim blaming, sexual objectification, trivialization of rape, derailing conversations about sexual violence, denial of rape statistics, and refusing to acknowledge the harm in sexual violence.
Rape culture is perpetrated by many myths about sexual violence. Here are a few.
But she was just asking for it in that tight dress.
No. Clothes are not an indicator of consent. Clothes do not give you the right to touch, grab, or have sex with a person without their consent. But you're a man, doesn't that mean you always want to have sex?
No, just because you identify as a man does not mean that you have to engage in sexual activities to prove your masculinity. This is coercion. You never have to have sex if you don't want to.
But the person made out with me and then told me they didn't want to have sex with me. What a tease.
No, a person can choose what acts to engage in. A person could want to make out with you and then not want to have sex with you. That does not make them a tease. That makes them a person who is aware of what their boundaries are.
She was really drunk and could barely function, but she said yes.
No, if the person seems intoxicated and does not understand what they're consenting to, the answer is no, even if the person says yes.
Sexual violence only happens when some creep jumps out of the bushes late at night.
No, this has and will continue to happen, but most occurrences of sexual violence are perpetrated by people the person knows, like a friend, classmate, acquaintance, or family member.
He totally raped me on Call of Duty. I don't think I can show my face online for a while, LOL.
No, jokes about sexual violence in any capacity are a perpetuation of rape culture. They hurt and could be considered sexual harassment even when they aren't directed at anyone in particular.
So let's talk a bit about how consent fits into all this.
Consent means the voluntary agreement of the participants to engage in the sexual activity in question. All people should be able to choose freely between two options.
Yes and no. Keeping an open dialogue throughout the encounter can ensure that the participants are comfortable and enthusiastically agreeing to be sexually intimate at every level.
This also means that a person can choose to slow down or stop the encounter at any time.
If consent is withdrawn, that means you must stop.
So what does consent actually look like, sound like, and feel like?
Is it okay if I use your pen?
Yes, but give it back, please.
I'm really glad we had this conversation. Is it okay if I give you a hug?
Yes.
Can I have sex with you?
Yes, but let me get a condom first.
What should I do if I've experienced sexual violence?
Go to a safe place. If you live in residence, go to a trusted friend or your resident advisor. If you don't live in residence or are not a student, go to a trusted friend or relative if you feel physically or emotionally unsafe.
Get medical attention as needed. Go to your local hospital emergency or the campus health center. For immediate support by telephone, you may contact Good to Talk at 1-866-925-5454.
For on-campus information and referrals, contact 905-721-3100 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday to Friday.
And seek out support and counseling.
If you've experienced sexual violence, you will be believed. You will be informed about on and off campus resources. You will have the full cooperation of the college to perform an on-campus investigation if you choose.
You will be walked through the process of filing a complaint through the college. You will be treated with respect and dignity.
You do not have to be alone.
It is often difficult to disclose and report incidents of sexual violence. It is entirely up to you if you choose to report the incident. However, we encourage you to do so.
A number of other resources on and off campus are available to you, including the Campus Health Center, the Diversity Office, and Office of Campus Safety and Security.
Here are the options available for reporting sexual violence.
Informal or information report.
You may go in person or call the Diversity Office, where you will be assisted with filing a report.
Informal reports are for institutional purposes and will only include the survivor's name if the survivor gives consent for their name to be communicated in the report.
If the alleged perpetrator is another member of the college community, you may file a report under the sexual violence policy.
Formal report.
A formal or non-criminal complaint is investigated by the campus sexual assault case manager. Criminal report.
If the survivor wants to initiate a criminal report, the Office of Campus Safety and Security will assist the survivor with contacting the local police to initiate a complaint.
What should I do if I witness sexual violence?
If you witness sexual violence or suspect that sexual violence has occurred and would like to speak to someone directly,
please go to the Diversity Office, located in the Student Services Building, room 211D, and we will assist you by providing resources and support.
You could also call the Diversity Office at 905-721-2000 extension 2856. Thank you for watching the video. We hope that this information helps you better understand sexual violence, your options for filing a report, and the resources available to support you.
For more information, please visit durhamcollege.ca/livingwell/sexual violence awareness.